The American Revolution was an exciting time in history when the 13 American colonies decided they wanted to break free from British rule and become their own independent country. Let's dive into the story of how this big moment happened. A long time ago, in the late 1700s, the British King George III, ruled over the American colonies. The colonies were a part of Britain, just like how your neighborhood might be a part of your city. But many colonists were unhappy because the king and the British Parliament were making them pay taxes without giving them any say in decisions, leading to the famous saying, "No taxation without representation." Imagine if your parents made all your decisions but never asked for your opinion. That's a bit like how the colonists felt. They wanted to have a voice and make decisions about their own lives. Things started heating up when the British Parliament passed laws that the colonists disliked. One such law was the Stamp Act, which meant the colonists had to pay extra money on all sorts of goods like newspapers and playing cards. The colonists were upset, so they protested, which means they spoke out and showed they weren't happy. One famous protest was the Boston Tea Party. In protest against the Tea Act, a group of colonists, disguised as Native Americans, sneaked onto British ships in Boston Harbor and dumped a whole load of tea into the water. It was like saying, "We don't want your rules or your tea." Eventually, things became so tense that fighting broke out. The first shots were fired at the battles of Lexington and Concord in 1775, marking the start of the American Revolutionary War. The colonists who wanted independence were called Patriots. They formed the Continental Army, led by General George Washington. After years of battles and struggles, the Patriots finally outlasted the British. As a result, on July 4, 1776, they declared their independence through a famous document known as the Declaration of Independence, written primarily by Thomas Jefferson. This was like writing down their reasons for wanting to be free and telling the world about it. Finally, on September 3, 1783, the war officially ended with the signing of the Treaty of Paris. The colonies had won their freedom and became the United States of America, a brand new nation. The American Revolution is remembered today as a time of bravery and determination, where ordinary people stood up for their rights and changed the course of history. It also teaches us the importance of fighting for what we believe is fair and just.